Yes, onwards to my next interview now. Introducing on today's show, we have my next musical artist. It's Bobby Cant joining me on today's show. Welcome. How are we today?
I'm good, thank you very much, Danny. Pleasure to be here.
Great to hear it. And I can see your musical already. Looking at your background there with your array of guitars and monitors and mixing desks.
All good to go. Yeah, all ready to do the next track.
Great. So, how long have you been doing this for?
Well, I'm actually quite late to the party, Danny. To be fair, this is only my second release. I had a kind of hiatus between the age of 14 and I'm mid 50s now, so I've just got back into it.
Great.
Quite
This
a story to start with because it was my sister who had a 5 year battle with cancer that kind of got me back in. I told her I would write a song for her, and that's how it opened the floodgates of me writing songs again. So, yeah.
that's amazing. Just goes to show there's never in your life, there's never a time where you can ever start, is there? You can start when you like.
I agree. I agree. You could be in your 80s and you suddenly start writing songs. It doesn't make any difference. Music's music.
And you're promoting and plugging a new single out at the moment called Ashton Lane as well. And I did a bit of well, just a little bit of research on Ashton Lane. It's in Glasgow and it's kind of like a cosmopolitan arcade, is it? Got shops and restaurants.
It's a lovely little street, and it's well known for anyone around Glasgow who wants a little night out where they don't have to stoat too far between places. It's iconic. You mentioned Ashton Lane to anyone who goes for a drink in Glasgow, they're going to go to the West End. It's very hip, chic, and got some nice places there to eat and drink.
Great. And did you get the inspiration from that side of things? You know, I listened to it, I felt a bit of nostalgia and a bit of romanticism in there as well.
Yeah, it's a kind of tongue in cheek because I've just newly married and I've written this song about lost love in the West End of Glasgow. So it's not autobiographical at all. It's just full of cheesy kind of metaphors of things around that area. Because it is a beautiful place if you go for a wander out that way and it's nice weather. There's
Lovely.
lots
Yeah,
of
I have managed to been to Glasgow quite a few times, and it is such a great city, the architecture and so on.
yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful place when the sun's shining, for sure.
Sure. And where do you get your creativities from and ideas when songwriting? Could it be like places you visit, or country parks, or
Yeah,
situations you've been in?
I think a lot of the stuff is geographical. I think for a lot of writers, it's things that you've experienced along the way and places that you've been, things that you've seen. But when you start to write about love and you connect it with your hometown, it does tug at heartstrings, and you're hoping it does the same thing for the listener.
Great. And Ashton Lane's already out on the streaming platforms, and it seems to be steadily growing as well. That's what you want to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I really want it to get heard all over. I really want it to be something iconic that people go down Ashton Lane and actually want to sing it. That's the goal for that.
Hmm.
That track right now. So,
Have you ever
hope,
walked down Ashton Lane and heard it being played in the background? That'd be good.
yeah, no,
Uh,
yeah, pretty cool. I've resisted temptation to go down with the guitar and start busking it.
yeah, that's not a bad idea, is
I might
it?
do that one day. Yeah, yeah, possibly.
Cool. And have you made like a music video to it, whether it's like
Not
uh
really.
no.
Because it was the first kind of proper release, it was just something I put out quite quickly, and I was heading back to the States, so we didn't really have much time to do it. We did have an idea for it, and we were going to do it. We had people in place to do that kind of thing, but maybe on the next track we'll put a video together. We'll
Yeah.
start getting it
You could always
because
do like a collage, can't you? A collection of like photos from Ashton Lane over the
yeah,
years.
that's what we've done. We did that on the YouTube. We have a YouTube out with Ashton Lane on it. It's on TikTok as well. So there's
Sure.
some picturesque bits of the river and stuff, and some of the monuments, and actually footage from Ashton Lane when I went down there.
Right, we'll check that one out. And how you mentioned the States, how often do you go over there and what's that experience like?
Well, I've been living over there 25 years now, which is kind of strange coming back so often. But it was my sister, obviously, passing last year that brought me back here. So I was here for 6 months. So I was able to start getting in the studio, and I've got to mention my producer and guitar teacher, really, Derek Fleming, fantastic fella. And without him, I wouldn't be able to put these tracks together. So he's helped me immensely, especially the track with my sister, which was quite emotional. That's called Nashville in Heaven, Shirley's song. And it's also on YouTube and Spotify and
Hmm.
stuff. People can catch that there. And it's just a song about my sister wanting to go to Nashville and she never ever made it. So that's how I opened the floodgates of writing songs, was Nashville in Heaven. So I wrote that song for her and then met up with Derek, and Derek said it was emotional. We put it together, so yeah, it's been quite the trip.
Uh, Very touching to hear that because I have listened to the song and it's very poignant. I hope that's the right word to describe it. Meaningful.
Yeah, it's about lost love, but it's kind of, I mean, it's an upbeat thing for people to listen to and get nostalgic about, and think about the city and some of the times that they've had. A lot of the radio plays I've had, the DJs are actually saying that they've actually been to Ashton Lane, so they know exactly what I'm talking about in the song. So I'm glad it relates that way, because
Mm,
that was the intention, was not to hide anything behind. It was like blatantly, this is Ashton Lane,
yeah.
and this is where you either find love or lose love, you know.
Mm.
So
Sure thing. And you also, of course, it's a self-penned song. You wrote it yourself.
yeah, I wrote to myself.
Yeah. And do you like to do the odd cover here and there? You know, and if so, what's your favorite one to put your own
Uh,
stamp on a song?
I really like music from Kings of Leon, Stereophonics. Previously Oasis, like quite simple, like four chord melody. Just keep it, guitar band sort of sounds.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not really sure what genre. I'm not in any lane just yet, and I'm writing all sorts of different songs that I'm not really sure what way I should go. So yeah, I haven't really picked anything yet. I don't think my Scottish accent would go down well in Nashville. I don't think it's going to hit a chord with the audiences there. So I'm not sure if country would be my thing, or yeah, so it's a strange thing.
Yeah. Just see how it goes. Just be
Yeah,
you.
just enjoying writing, and if somebody says, "Oh, you sound like this or that, whatever," then I'll go along, and go, "Yeah, no problem." But the next track is a little bit more upbeat. I really don't want to get caught into an album that's people only put on a Sunday afternoon. I want people to actually have a little bounce and a jive at some of the stuff. So I'm going to write
Sure.
some faster stuff.
Great. And that's to come, let's say, later on in the year. You're working on that.
Yeah, we're in the studio. I'm in the studio this week. We've got one that's almost ready to go. So yeah, we're working on that, and then it's just getting the time. I've just come back over from the States. I'm pretty jet lagged right this minute, but I'm just back over, so straight into the studio and get
Wow.
some tracks down. So I'm excited about it.
That's amazing. Not many people get a chance to go to the States, and it's
Yeah,
something that one should always, tick off their list to do.
it's a thing that bands, as I was growing up, always had an album where it was inspired by things from the States, and I think there's always been that connection. So when it was like time to choose somewhere to live, and I was just about to hit 30, I decided Florida would be it, because it was sunny, and there was plenty of opportunities for Brits, to go over there at that point. So yeah,
Mm.
it's definitely a place that people should visit.
That's awesome. And are you, if I'm correct, an independent artist?
Yep,
And what do you
independent.
enjoy about that aspect?
So far, it's just been able to just have the freedom to not be tied to anything, and obviously, it would be nice to have someone say, "Here's some cash, go record 10 songs and stick an album out for us." But right now, it's just I do it at will, and Derek and I get together and we put the songs down, and I have the freedom of that. So that's been good for me to start with.
Great. So you've just been, I know you've probably been into music all your life, but you've just kind of like taken it seriously recently. But has there been any moments in your career so far that have been like your highlights? Or do you think there's more to come?
Yeah, there's loads to come. I think. I mean, I really want to get in the studio and get some serious stuff down so that people can take me seriously. Because right now, with only a couple of songs for people to kind of judge it on and know whether they're going to be a listener or a follower, I really want to get some more tracks out there so that people can get a feel for what my sound's going to be. So. But up to this point, like as I said at the beginning, I'm late to the party. Mid 50s, just getting into it.
Mm.
But I'm thoroughly enjoying the process. It's great fun. And I can see why people, when they were teenagers in the early 20s, getting into music, just kept at it and kept at it, because no matter whether you're making any money at it or not, it's just such a great thing to be creative and just put something down on paper that wasn't there
Yeah.
before.
One of the things that I always ask, maybe towards the end of the interview, is like, what advice do you have for upcoming like bands and singers? But like one key thing is like perseverance, just sticking at it and enjoying the ride.
I think so. I think if you're true to yourself and you write something and you believe in it, and you get a little bit of a following, or you get somebody to give you some encouragement with it, I think it's just sticking at it, because that song might not be the one, but the next one that comes along might be something that strikes a chord with someone. It only takes one person listening to it that says, "Hey, I like that. Let's use it for this or whatever." And
Yeah.
that's the kind of goal for anyone writing a song, is that other people connect with it and would like to use it. You know.
Mm. And sometimes in any profession, it doesn't have to be like music, but in any industry, sometimes when you give up on something, it's hard to get back into that role again.
Yeah, I think I'm so early in it that I'm like a coiled spring. I'm like all ready to get going, you know. So I'm not jaded in any which way that some people might be when they get to my age. You know, yeah, there's a lot of bands that are kind of getting back together that were mid '80s, getting into the '90s, and they're doing a few little kind of theatre stops around town. And it's beautiful to see them, and they're getting out and they're playing their songs, you know, from that time. So yeah, so because I'm so new to it, it's kind of weird that I've got this so much enthusiasm and drive to get
Yeah.
at it. I should be slowing down and going, oh yeah, well no, I don't really want to do that, but I'm just kind of learning and cutting my teeth right now, so it's been enjoyable.
That's good. I mean, the stage is the whole world over, isn't it? It's there is a place for everyone somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. We've had a lot of radio play in sort of strange countries, you know, South Africa, Australia, you know, and we've been played in the States. So it's yeah, it's nice to hear that other people are listening to it
Mm.
and giving good feedback. So yeah, I'm enjoying that side of it, that it can go universal, you know, it's just it's a song. People will put it on and listen to it and either like it or not, you know.
Great. And you mentioned enthusiasm. That's another key factor as well. Good quality to have in this industry.
Definitely. I think if you were serious about the industry, for anyone up and coming, you know, don't take no for an answer,
Mm.
knocking on doors, you know, be enthusiastic, let people know what you've got, let them know what you can, you know, do for them, and the kind of music that you're actually into, you know, and just keep plugging it, just keep putting your music to people. I'm not doing that yet, but I would give that advice to anyone who
Yeah.
really wants to take it that seriously.
That's amazing. And where's best for people to follow you? Like say newsletters, social media, or emailing lists and
On
streaming platforms.
You'll find me at Bobby Cant Music on TikTok, Instagram, and on YouTube.
Great.
So we're releasing will be on those.
And we'll play a new single now on my radio show. And for the benefit of the people who watch my YouTube channel, I'll just put the links to your new single down there if that's all right. So they can just click on that and listen previews
Thanks.
to the song. Well, special guest, I think that's everything I wanted to ask you on today's show. Thanks for your contribution on today's show. Bobby Cant joining me on the Dennison podcasts and radio programs here in the UK and Europe.